So early on, say yes. When you're in that messy middle, say no. Focus on what you know you need to do. And then when you get the momentum and you've built the business and you make your money, that's when it's time to start saying yes again. So let me tell you, A, what my fear is, and B, what I think a common mistake is for folks who go the sweaty startup route. Start that small business, launch that company, try to make money that way. My fear is that you wake up 40 years old, 50 years old, whatever it is, 10 years from now. You wake up 10 years from now and you have yourself a job. You have yourself a company that controls you. You have no way out. You have no real enterprise value. You have no systems. And you're working yourself to death. That's my fear, because the hard part is that messy middle. And when I say messy middle, I say that time after you start the company, but before it becomes a valuable entity with employees and systems. That's what I call the messy middle. There's books on it. My fear is that you get trapped there. And there are a couple things that can send you off track once you get there. And one of them is listening to guys like me. Guys like me who, I started my company 10 years ago and we grinded. 3 years after I started the company, it was still a mess. We did not have systems. We did not have enterprise value. We never could have sold the company. It wasn't worth anything. And, that is tough. And it was very easy for me to get down and distracted and give up or think that something else is sexier or better or whatever it might be. It took me a long time to get here. I mean, the last 3 years have really accelerated. I've accomplished more in the last 12 months than I did in the 9 years previous. But it's really easy to look at people doing big things on the internet and get distracted and think, oh my God, I got to do something different. So I'm really glad that I didn't have Twitter and I didn't have Nick and I didn't have, maybe I wish that I could have spread some of these messages to my younger self, but I'm glad I didn't have the big entrepreneurial distraction that is media today. I met with a friend of mine on Zoom who lives out in California and went to college with me. He runs a really successful service company. And when I say really successful, I mean he does about $2 million a year and clears about $400,000. But he's got 2 partners. So really successful is relative, right? Pulls in a little bit of money, but nothing incredible, not a lot of enterprise value. The problem is he's on the road all the time. He is out selling jobs on the site of jobs and doing a ton of work himself. I mean, they have good employees. They've built good systems for some of their people who, transact on the ground, but he's really been unable to find a way to grow the company without him, frankly, and go to that next level. And I think part of it is that he's been at it for 10 years, 7 years. And instead of doing the work to standardize a system to deliver a product and grow and take himself out of the company, he gets distracted. Always a new idea, how to make money. The grass is always greener on the other side. It's this off branch or this offshoot or this new idea, because he's an entrepreneur, he's a creative, he's a person who gets excited, just like me. He gets excited when he sees new things. So he gets distracted. He is always trying something new, trying something different, going for that next sexy thing that could be the next big thing. When he sits down with me on a Zoom yesterday, his main business is not getting much love. He's got another business idea and he's got this side project, an offshoot of his business that's totally different. And when that happens, he loses focus on what he should be excited about, and that is his little old sweaty startup that generates the $2 million a year in revenue, that has that security. His focus, his fun should be the fun part. The focus for him should be building out systems and making those hires and growing that company. When in reality, that company has completely burned him out because it's reliant on him. It is a big pain in his ass, and it's not fun and exciting anymore. So I call that the messy middle, and I call it just getting distracted. It's very easy to be in the middle of a journey, and you look at guys like me, you look at people who are successful, you look at people who have those $20 million exits, obviously well above my level. You look at those people and it's easy to think, damn, I'm in the wrong business. I got to think of something different. I got to do something else. And as you make money, this is a very important part. As you make money, as you meet more people, as you're in business longer, the amount of opportunities that come your way increases. The amount of opportunities that come your way get more fun, more exciting, more profitable, and you realize that the world is just one big, giant opportunity. That makes it really, really, really hard to focus on your main thing and keep your main thing the main thing. And it's what kills a lot of entrepreneurs. What kills a lot of entrepreneurs is that once they get a little bit of momentum, they start to get sidetracked, distracted, and they mess it all up. Do you have to spend 10 years growing a business? No, I think you can grow and hire and scale to some degree. I mean, we're not talking about tech scale. We're talking about scale to the point of $2, $3, $5 million a year in sales, maybe $2, $4, $5 million a year in earnings. Growing the business to that level takes focus, and it can be done quickly if you do the right things. But so many people aren't willing to do those hard things and instead get sidetracked with new opportunities, new things that can be bigger and better and sexier. I think there is a direct correlation between the amount of media consumed around entrepreneurship and the likelihood that that happens to you. So I feel like in my career right now, I have a very, very clear vision for what I need to do. I need to block, tackle, and let time do its work and do the unsexy, unfun stuff of coming to work every day, hiring the right people, and doing the right things for my little boring real estate private equity company to be really, really, really big. But it's easy now that I know people, now that I have a little bit of cash. It's easy for me to get super distracted with all these other projects, all these other things that really are not worth my time. So I'm going to tell you that the key to getting some momentum early is that energy and excitement. We never would have bought that first cargo van in 2012, 2011, if we weren't excitable people. If I wasn't the kind of person to get really excited about stuff and explore and want to get creative and be really curious. But that same curiosity can send you off the tracks when it's time to block, tackle, and do the stuff that's not fun, which is hire and scale yourself out of a job. That's the stuff that's really hard. It's totally different. So the key for my momentum early was getting excited. And the key for my success at year 5, when it was no longer fun, I was still living in a warehouse and I was still traveling around grinding for not that much money. The key to that was discipline and saying no to new opportunities, saying no to new things that could distract me. So early on, say yes. When you're in that messy middle, say no. Focus on what you know you need to do. And then when you get the momentum and you built the business and you make your money, that's when it's time to start saying yes again. It's when it's time to start having fun. It's when it's time to start going out and meeting people, new businesses and launching new things. That's when you get to do all that fun stuff. So right now, if you're in that messy middle and you got a business that's semi-successful and it needs to be taken to the next level, which is the hard part. There are many, many, many entrepreneurs with service businesses that make $50,000 to $200,000 a year. And I might be speaking directly to your soul right now when I tell you that your job is not to expand and grow and try new opportunities. Your job is to take the main thing that you do, the thing that you found to be the most profitable, and grow that thing. Even though it's not fun, it's not sexy, and it's not exciting. It's time for you to start saying no to other opportunities. Wake up, take a look at yourself and say, I'm wasting time if I'm not doing X, Y, Z. If I'm not hiring this person that I need to hire to grow my company. Focus on the stuff that matters. Focus on your main business. And then once you've made your money, once you have your FU money, once you've been able to accomplish all that you want to accomplish, that's when it's time to start saying yes, being creative, exploring, and doing all that fun stuff again. Hey guys, I have big news. I recently revamped my sales and customer service team at my self-storage company using folks in South Africa. Listen to this English accent.
Hi there, my name is Anton and I'm a sales professional from Gqeberha or Port Elizabeth, which is in the eastern province of South Africa. I've been in sales for about 8 years now with experience in hardware sales with some of the leading brands in the world, such as Canon, Panasonic, and more recently Red Bull.
Okay, now the surprising part. The person you just listened to is available for hire right now, and they're asking $9 an hour. If you want an introduction, if you want to hire this person into your business or at least interview them, send me an email, nick@sweatystartup.com, and I can make an introduction and offer you $1,000 off the recruiting fee. nick@sweatystartup.com.